So we're back working on the Gen 4 today. We're on the next stage of our journey, which is to fit the last few of our garter accessories. Our steel outer barrel, our recoil guide rod, our barrel lock, and our lovely fully traded steel CNC slide. Let's get this out now. I have been fiddling with this a little bit. I've fitted a little Inforce torch on the front, which I think looks quite good. All right, so first things first then, we are gonna have to obviously strip the slide. So get the slide off. So what we need to do now is to strip this apart. So just like we did before with the Gen 3, you've seen me do the Gen 3 slide conversion. This is vastly gonna be the same. The difference is gonna be obviously the recoil guide rod. So first of all, I'm gonna take this recoil guide rod out. I found rotating it really helps get it out. Now, I don't know whether the new one comes with this little piece here, so I don't know if I'm going to have to reuse that or not. There is our outer barrel, exactly the same as the Gen 3, as is the hop unit. And obviously, we've got our slide here. We obviously want to remove our blowback unit and nozzle. And then we should be able to pull the slide slightly apart and liberate our blowback unit. There we go. Blowback unit out. That was actually a lot more struggle than I expected. Not quite sure what the differences there are. So this is our Gen 3 slide, this is our Gen 4 slide side by side. I didn't actually notice these little locking lugs, but it appears they are there. I would say between the two, this looks basically identical. Yeah, I don't see any difference there at all between the two. Obviously, the main difference between the slides is the hole at the front for the recoil guide rod. But other than that, this all looks pretty much the same. We need to obviously get our extractor out as well and our front sight. Okay, there we go. Front sight is out. Good, so let's put that screw with that. Our rear sight there. There's our nozzle return spring. Back panel. Obviously our blowback unit. Check out our nozzle. Yeah, looks the same as the Gen 3. I don't see any differences there. Let's just check it. So I use my calipers again. So we have got a 15mm nozzle. So I'm gonna have to refer back to my notes for the Gen 3. I'm pretty sure that's the same as the Gen 3, which is good. I don't think we need anything else out of this other than that extractor. If you remember, I use these things to get these things out. There we go. And there's our empty Gen 4 slide, which we now don't need. Let's sort out our outer barrel. So let's get this out. Now this, I think, is a bit different to the Gen 3 outer barrel. This is all enclosed. You can't like lift this out like this. So this is a slight change. I guess there's a reason for it. I'm not entirely sure what that reason is. So we've got our hop-up rail block here. This is our steel version. The reason why we're using this obviously is because we're upgrading to a steel outer barrel and this piece of alloy will just wear out. All right, so we'll take this out. Put our steel insert on there. Now, I got this Gen 4 outer barrel to fit this. This Gen 4 outer barrel, perfect, nothing wrong with it at all, it's going to be great. Now, what I did get recently is another outer barrel. This is the 17 Gen 4 outer barrel. Now, why did I get a 17 Gen 4 outer barrel when I don't have a 17? You can see the difference in length here. I'm going to convert this to be a threaded outer barrel. So we're going to have this Gen 4 running a threaded outer barrel here. Now, there are no threaded outer barrels available via Garda. So we are going to run this threaded. Now, differences between the two here, you can see there's a bit more material taken away on these top corners, which there's not on this one. So there's a bit more weight to this one than there is on this one here. The other difference I have noticed is this little ear at the back here. It comes down a little bit further. So if I lay these on top of each other, you can see there's a gap. Now, if these are the same, they would be touching, which they're not. So that might cause us a problem, in which case we just file this back a bit and I think we're all good. The rest of it all seems to be correct. So I think we're fine. To fit this though, I am going to have to change the outer barrel the inner barrel to a slightly longer one, so it lines up perfectly at the end here. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to thread this as well. That will be for another video though. So for now, I am just going to fit the normal Gen 4 19 outer barrel. Okay, so let's get this outer barrel on. Again, the nice thing is with that little slot, that just sort of guides in place, no problem there. Okay. Next thing is this. Now, from what I understand, I have bought a complete one. I do have 2 springs. One spring is for the alloy slide, one is for the steel slide, which I think the alloy one is the one that's fitted. So, to start off with, I think I'm going to leave the alloy one in, because sometimes Garda do run their springs a bit, I mean, that's quite strong already. They run their springs a bit tough sometimes. They do need trimming down. I'm going to leave this as is. I'm not going to change the spring just yet. If I need to, I will, but for now, I'm going to leave it. Right, so that should be a direct replacement for that. We can see slightly different at the end here, a bit more mass. This has all been taken out to obviously reduce weight. We can see slightly more mass there. Doesn't have this little insert here as well, but I don't think that's going to be a problem as we're running the steel slide anyway. So that should be fine. Should we have a quick look then? I've not opened this, as you can see. This is all still sealed. Oh, there she is. Our lovely steel slide. This is the new Garda finish, which I haven't seen any new versions of yet. It's still a bit chalky, and I must say, there's a bit of overspray here, which doesn't look as... Yeah, I'm not such a fan of that. That looks kind of spotted. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera at all. But there's like some spotting at the back here, which is... It's like someone sort of oversprayed. Well, I believe it's some kind of Cerakote, so I'm not going to worry about, or a derivative of Cerakote. I'm not going to worry about changing it at the moment, so I'm going to just leave it as is. So to start off with then, what we want to do is fit our blowback unit. Oh, actually no, to start off with, we need to fit our extractor. So our extractor will slot into place. Pop that in there. Let's give it a couple of taps. There we go, she's all the way in. So now it's the blowback unit. We'll see how well this goes in. Insert our nozzle return spring. And we need our little back plate. Again, when you're installing this, I find it's best, because you don't want to lose the nozzle return spring, install it upside down. So just slide it in from the bottom. It's very tight into this one. Now, when we pull this out, we'll see where there's some shiny bits on this, and that will give us an idea as to where it's rubbing. You can see at the front there, well, there's a big step here, which is the mold mark, and it's grinding on the front there slightly. Round off the edges here with a file, and that will help it seat correctly. First of all, I'm going to get rid of that mold mark there. There we go. I'm just going to take the edge off the side here. A couple of passes with the file should be enough. Same on this one. There we go. We'll see, hopefully that will be enough. We've got a little bit of rubbing on the back of this plate. Now that's usually because where this is CNC'd, the cutout is not really deep enough. So what I'm probably going to do is just file an edge off of this. That'll probably help it go in a bit better. And again, when you're doing this, it's just about looking to see what is, binding up, if anything. If anything's binding up, then obviously you want to sort that out. Let's try again. Okay, seems to be going in reasonably well. Okay. Not going all the way in still. We've got something else causing a problem still. So I'm going to have to take a little bit more off of these ears, I think, to make it go in okay. this is working, it seems. That seems to have gone in now. Give it a few taps. That seems to have dropped all the way in now, which is good news. So we're going to secure that with our rear sight. Okay, there we go. We're going to fit our front sight. A few of you might be asking why I'm not fitting Garda sights. Yeah, I probably would. These kits are not exactly cheap, and I couldn't really afford to go for the sights at the same time, so it's something I'm probably going to do at a later stage. So that is to come. We can pop our barrel in. Our recoil guide rod here, that is a fairly strong spring still, so I'll pop that in there, and then that should line up and lock in place. There we go. Let's slide it on and see what we get. Oh, that is very tight. Very tight. Cool. Yeah, that's seriously tight on that. You can see we've got quite a reasonably fast return on that spring as is. So I don't think we need to do anything with that. Let's take this slide off again. Now, we are running this all completely dry at the moment, so I'm going to quickly lube it. It's worth bearing in mind as well, we've got some buffers here at the back, which is quite good to see. Okay. Oh, that's a lot better, look at that. We're still getting a bit of binding. And it's definitely barrel locking, which is binding. So this is going to be one of those, I think, that's going to need a few hundred hand racks to get it running right. That we're getting there is just the hammer. So Glocks, we have this sort of hammer wheel. Anyone who mucks around with Glocks will know what I'm talking about. Little hammer wheel at the back there. We can fix that with a bearing. I do have a bearing that I can fit to it, but I'm only really wanting to use it if I find one which is particularly causing me a problem. At the moment, they've all been pretty good. This, though, is definitely a lot stiffer. Right, well, there's our pistol completed. Let's just try it with a mag. We're almost out of gas here. There we go. Notice we were getting a lock back right until we were out of gas there, which again is very impressive. Let's try this again. Yeah, lovely. Now again, I don't think that is too bad snappiness. Now, we could go for this recoil spring, but of course, it's really tight. And I don't want to go down this route unless we really have to. But I think the factory one for the alloy slide there, I think is plenty. I don't think there's any need to go for anything else. I'm going to put a dab of oil in there, actually. I help that along a little bit. Yeah, so that is our steel slide fitted on our Gen 3. Sorry, our Gen 4. I do apologise. But there we go. There's our installation of our steel slide. There was a little bit of fiddling and faffing required, but it wasn't too bad at all. Basic sort of, filing and stuff required. So if you have any questions, fire in the comments. Let me know what you think. How are you liking the two-tone? Do you think that's quite a good look, or would you prefer it to have been all black? Also, let me know what you think about the extended outer barrel. Again, we're going to be doing that at some point. And it can fit in, obviously, 3 possible builds. I've got it in this, potentially for this one. Have it lined up for this one. I could fit it in the lightweight, but that would be define the object, because we're obviously fitting a heavier outer barrel that we're going to put things on the end of, which is going to make it heavier overall. Or we could fit it in the stainless steel slide Gen 3 as well. So let me know in the comments what you think, guys, what we should do with it. Again, any questions, fire in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.